Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Whoa! Fuck, I'm looking at pictures of people
How's
kayaking
everybody?
instead of like paying attention.
I know, eh? There we
Kathy,
go.
we were chatting.
Kathy, nice. Late start,
Late
yeah.
start.
It happens
just
sometimes.
Talking
Thanks for
about
being there.
Voice of an angel. What is it ever late? Like, come on.
Better late than never.
That's right.
That's my motto.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
snacking.
welcome everybody to another edition of the Heikadelic Show. Who knows what's going to happen tonight?
Oh shit!
Wow.
I
Well,
just
first
dropped
Derek's
the
going to do that. He's going to try
What
and
is that?
spin it and drop it and
Is that a fidget spinner?
yeah, say oh shit.
I don't know. It's magnets.
Yeah. Well, they're not very good if they don't stay together.
Well, they do, but they're supposed to do something, and I'm not sure what to do with them. Like that's why they're shaped like this. They're not cow magnets, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what cow magnets are?
No.
You just
You don't know what cow magnets are? Fuck.
No.
have to cut
Okay,
off
so
your customer.
cow magnets are roughly that long,
Right?
and you put them in cows' stomachs. So when they are eating, if they pick up any sharp objects, nails, chunks of metal, it sticks to it. Instead of because cows regurgitate, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I've
So-
heard of that.
Yeah, that goes through 4 stomachs, so it keeps it in stomach 1 instead of going back and then ripping them up.
Oh.
You learn
Ah.
something new every day.
So it just stays stuck to the magnet and rips up the first stomach.
It just stays there. Just hold it.
Nice.
Wow.
Kind of disgusting.
It's
So
kind of
the inner,
because
the,
parts.
the
Go ahead.
inner,
Yeah,
the inner
you
lining of
put it
that-
in their first stomach. You blow it.
right. So the inner lining of the first or second stomach is called rennet, which is
Called
made into a
rennet?
cheese. Rennet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hey Akuma, what have you been up to?
Oh,
Yeah. We remember.
wow. I know, eh?
Very engaged,
So
guy.
I'm glad everybody can hear me okay. I've got a
I just turned
Kind
my
of
volume up.
bit of a dilemma. I got nothing in my ears. So I'm just going off the
Off
phone. Off
Let's,
the
do,
speaker.
let's do a quick test then for you, Heiko. See if you can hear this.
All right.
He hears it.
Cheers.
All together now. There you go. Quick test
Wonderful.
for Heiko.
Yep, I heard that.
Good.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because for some reason my earbuds lost their charge. They were good the other day. And then I go, okay, shit, I'll get my old headset that I used to have. And I'm looking at my phone.
Yep.
There's no freaking headphone jack in my new phone.
No, you have to have a slide. It's a slide. It would have came with the phone when you bought it. It's a little slide
What?
in. Instead of
do you mean
a jack, it's a little flat thing like your charger. It's like that
Right.
that you use now.
Well, how do you plug your headphones into that?
So as I'm saying, when you bought your phone, it should
Yep.
be in it. The
Weird.
headphones should be headphones that came with it. That will
No.
plug in. No, what'd you do? Buy a cheap Android or something? Fuck.
No.
Probably knockoff.
Ow. Okay.
Okay, well maybe
So-
you can buy you can buy headphones though that have that jack in it. It's like iPhone. Every time they change their phone, they change something new, so you have to buy new shit.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
why I hate Apple.
Cash grab.
Piece of shit phones.
Everything is. Oh fuck, all of it. Everybody's like, "Hey, how do you feel about slavery?"
Oh, really? It
Wow.
is indirect.
Right? No. But seriously, how do you feel about slavery?
iPhone.
Do you support slavery?
Depends what kind.
Well, slaves, human slavery.
No,
Like here, we are working
I
you
don't
to
support
death, and
slavery
you're not
is the
getting
right
paid.
answer, Heiko.
That happens all the time, and it's funny because I was just talking to people that work for the big conglomerate King Coal,
Yep.
and same thing. They're treated like freaking slaves, making peanuts and getting
Yeah.
beat on and everything else.
Yeah, but how many
Yeah.
people say I 100% am against slavery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they're talking on their iPhone or wearing Nike shoes, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So do you really, or do you just really support what you don't see?
Yeah, you just support what the flow says, right? Go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
What is this? Okuma's saying, so I think you guys will get a kick out of this. In September, I'm going to see, who's that? Stephen Piercy
Yeah, and Vince Neil.
and Vince Neil.
I
Ah,
get a kick out of that already.
well, you know
honestly, if I still partied, like Vince Neil would probably be one of the guys that I'd like to party with in my lifetime, right?
Yeah, I would.
what? Really?
If I partied, like if I was like still a party guy back when I fucking partied, for sure, I would have loved to have hung out with Vince Neil. Right now, I don't think so. You know what I mean?
Olamoki.
Muy bien. Muy bien. Yeah.
That's good.
Somebody from down south?
Somebody from Twitch.
Hola. That's cool.
Twitchers out
Well,
there.
we went out and saw a really cool band on Saturday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh.
were freaking awesome. I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
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 And their
Good.
drummer looked so
Good.
happy. I've never seen him so happy. He was just
Smiling
loving
away.
it, just
I mean-
going, just giving her.
Really, the whole thing was rad.
Yeah. It was rad, man.
That was
Not
a
too
really good
bad.
show, Derek.
That was with a broken foot too. Not broken, but messed up foot.
Yeah,
Messed up
had a
foot.
sore foot.
Yeah.
But didn't you
Nice.
take a
I
little puff
really
and make
started
it better?
feeling it a few times.
Right on.
Sorry. What did you say? I didn't hear you, Ringo.
Nothing.
No.
No, so
I, mean,
that
I
was a
didn't really
really,
hear you either. I'm eating pork rinds.
oh yeah,
Uh,
that was a really good show. But I'm really glad I came out to watch you. You guys are really, really awesome.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
excellent.
And it wasn't just doing a couple cover tunes. You guys had such a variety of stuff that you do, like from Cyndi Lauper to Metallica. Like it was really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
That's what we're trying to like say. Hey, like we cover the 80s, like a little bit of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
And a lot of dancey type shit, right?
yeah.
But
Still,
again, gotta have a little bit of something in there for the other guys to dance to.
yeah, that was awesome. What were you?
Yeah.
When are you guys playing next?
Saturday, Port Perry.
Are you?
Yeah.
This Saturday. Which place?
Colonel Mustard's Mother's
Yeah,
Day.
that bar you were supposed to show up at.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah, the one you didn't show up. Just like George didn't show up to this one. You know, we're in his like right in his backyard.
Well, that's so funny because George, we almost had all four of us together.
I know,
in
I know,
person
I
at
know,
the same
I know.
spot.
I had the things to bring out. The T-shirt got here, and your flexi disc, and Kathy's thing. But we got the old China. I should say it's this side.
Yeah,
Bang the noggin, yeah.
George showed up.
Yeah.
So
Smack
How
it
we
on
didn't
the
get
desk.
rid of you, Murph?
You
I
have
was
to
a bit headachy.
stop wrestling with the missus.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I
what
wish
was
it was
happening
something
in your
like that, but
bedroom
you
that
know,
fell into the dresser.
yeah. I was making the bed, very rock and roll,
Right.
and
Well,
I got
it's
tangled
not
up in the
mine.
sheets,
It's
and I
not mine.
went bang. They're on the
Nice.
floor, you know, when I'm making the bed. Because
Yeah.
hey, listen, that's
Weirdest
one way
things
to
to
go in
know.
rock and roll, eh?
Oh, there's
So
Murph.
there he
Much as
is.
making the bed.
There's Murph.
There's Murph.
Yep.
Murph
Murph
showed up.
came and watched you play live. So
I
it
didn't
was
really
nice to
talk
meet
to
him.
Murph. I came out and said hello, but he was chatting up this blonde girl. So
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, must
Yeah,
have
he
been a
was.
wig. He doesn't like blonde women.
It was the bartender.
Blonde women.
no. He was sitting beside this blonde woman for must have been a couple hours anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably trying to ask her where to get some oxtail soup.
Oxtail soup.
Yeah.
I could have had some of that yesterday.
Oh yeah. Why didn't you?
Yeah. There's
Why
a
didn't you have it?
flea
You
market
just
in the
decided not?
dirty. No. There's a flea market in the Schwa.
Oh, I wouldn't have had it either.
It's not dirt squirrel soup.
If it's Oshawa.
Yeah.
You
I've
are
never gone there. It's just that's such a sketchy area of Oshawa. It's like
where,
really,
South End?
yeah.
You want
That's
to talk?
down where
Okay. Do you want?
where
Do
the
you
old
want to?
Zellers used to be, right? That's where they
Yeah,
have it.
no, it's
That's not
it's-
even South End, man. Sorry,
Ooh,
sorry,
it's almost.
but
No,
it
it's
is.
not. It's not. It's you're
You gotta
above
cross the
401,
highway.
so you're
Yeah, it's
sort
right
of-
next to the highway.
Yeah,
pretty
no,
much.
I know
you
where you
know-
are. You're right by the corral, is where you are,
Yeah.
and then you got Albert Street Bridge, where all the junkies hang out.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you've got like South Schwiggity, which is
That's where I used to
Bloor.
live. I used to
Bloor
live.
area.
Do you know where the
But
beer
then-
store is?
Yeah,
So it's on. In between Park and Simcoe
oh yeah,
on
Ritson.
like no
lovely
no.
neighborhood there. Yeah,
Oh, what's the side road there? Right beside the 401.
Don't know.
Anyways, I can't remember. But anyways, so yeah. Wentworth.
Oh, Wentworth.
Right? So after the 401?
Oh, south of the 401.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
well, you've got then there's the hill. Have you heard of the hill? The hill, Derek?
Yep. Oh yeah. The hill, it's the big valley, and they got the housing there. So
I think
where I
it
live,
had more shootings per capita than in Canada or something like that. Like,
so where I lived, there
hill.
was the grocery store. Then there was a 7-Eleven,
Yep.
which could be an Esso or something now.
I knew
beer
it
store-
well. Yeah,
A beer store beside it, then an apartment building across the road, an apartment building behind that one across the road, then an apartment building beside it, a couple of strip malls, and another apartment building on Glen Street, and like Glen and Oxford and all that. So that's like, okay, I lived there for 4 months, and in 4 months there was 2 people shot, 3 people stabbed, and like a bunch of serious assaults within 2 blocks of my house.
Wow, great place to live.
It was great. Okay, I got to tell you one story though. Okay, so, anyways, this is just how fucked up some people are. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, I used to be fucking pretty heavy into drugs. So this kid comes over to my house selling drugs. Right, he's dropping some shit off to me, and he's all flexing, and you can tell he's just some young punk and whatever. Right, so. He leaves my house and he was telling us that he had to go see this other lady that we know and a couple other things, right? A couple other
Right.
So all of a sudden we hear like cops and the helicopter, which comes over every night, right? In the south end. It's called the Ghetto Bird.
Yeah.
And it focuses right like the next road over from us, right? I'm literally two what are those cul-de-sacs? Not the first one, I'm the second road.
Right? Yeah.
So, anyways, we find out through word of mouth and the whole fucking gang shit there goes on that this kid gets shot. So he left our house, went to his two things, and he gets shot behind the 7-Eleven. Now there's a little alley that goes like this in between it and then between the beer store. So he got shot back there. Anyways, he said some black guy, and it was in the paper and everything, right? He said some black guy jumped him and shot him. And
What the hell?
yeah, cops do some investigating, find out that the kid had the gun himself, which he did because I saw it, had the gun himself, pulled it out and shot himself in the leg.
Why would he do that?
No, he did it by accident. He's pulling the gun out, trying to flex, right? Trying to show off.
Oh my
And
god!
he shot himself.
Perfect.
Right? So he said somebody shot him. He gave some other kid the gun.
I think he shouldn't have had his gun in his pocket. He should have had it under his hat.
He had it in his waist. Yeah, you're right.
Right? So when he pulled that out, that's that.
Yeah.
Done.
But it was just crazy, man. Stupid people.
So Murph wants to know you're playing Saturday night in Port Perry.
Yeah, Murph. Yeah. Yes, we are. Colonel Mustard's. Come say hi.
Is that a pretty big place, Colonel Mustard's?
Colonel Mustard's, I still don't like the layout, but it's bigger than the place we were at.
Well, it's got that
I
nice
hope so.
patio. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was a birthday going on in there, so it's not like you could wander over, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, and the back wasn't totally full, I don't think either, was it? I don't know. I couldn't see. I was sitting. At
What if we
at
lost
Colonel Mustard's.
Kathy?
I don't know. Haven't seen her.
She's like, well, she's on. She was on.
Yeah. She was like first
But-
on.
Probably late.
Yeah.
Start.
Thanks, Murph. Yeah. The kid was from Beaverton. Yeah. That's good.
Oh. What's this?
Oh, there she is.
Okay, community barbecue. They had there and stole the food. Where was that? Uxbridge?
No, I think he was just pulling your wire.
No. Well, okay.
Well,
let me
it's
tell you
funny because I
something about-
hear a lot of that crime shit's coming this way because last weekend some kid got shot in Ajax. And I'm like,
Ajax is New Scarborough. I don't know
Good
why
thing
people
there-
even.
Good thing that all those
Ajax is not a
handguns are
nice area.
banned, right?
no, like I
They
grew
call-
up in Ajax, right?
Yep.
So I know what it was like when I was there when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's not like that.
And it was a great freaking town. And I moved out of Ajax a long time ago, like in the early 90s. And then I went back and drove through the north end of Ajax like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around and I'm going, holy shit, like, am I in another country? Like, it wasn't,
Yep.
It was just wild.
Yep.
I couldn't
Well,
believe
It's not the same.
I couldn't believe it.
Heiko, you didn't move in because move out because I just moved in like '88, did you? Because I lived there for 18 years.
Possible.
Did you?
Yeah,
Hey,
I-
wait,
88.
I
Well,
grew
late
up there.
'87 into late 2005. I lived there.
Yeah, I was there. I was in Ajax for 26 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa. Well, Kat,
So I knew Ajax pretty good. I knew all the roads, everything. Like, holy shit.
Oh, it
Yeah.
changed a lot in the time I was there, so I can't imagine how much it changed from when you were there.
Yeah.
Kathy's
Well,
bugging us and
Right
being
through
an
there
ass
now. It's
and
just
asking for your
crazy.
backside.
Yeah, I know. I go back there in the north end. I don't recognize it all.
No.
Just crazy.
All right, George.
we were
Hey folks, it's time for George's backside, my favorite part of the show. So sit back and have a look at his backside. And you can catch George out in the clubs, DJing, that's right, flipping those discs, and whatever else he does. But hey, right now, I just want you to focus on his backside and come up with some answers.
boom. There you go.
Oh, hey, that's Rambo. John J.
It
Rambo.
looks like it.
It does now they mention it.
With an M60 jumping out of the swamp.
Oh, is that like the Men in Blue or the Blue Men or whatever they're
I
called?
just, well, I always put tape on it. It looks so boring, so I thought
Okay,
I'd
so there we go. The light's a little better.
put a smiley face on there.
So this is a man sitting. I have no idea what this is. I'm just gonna, for some reason, I'm getting an Elton John feeling. I've been just trying to do feeling things and
Elton John.
or not
An
John.
an
No, the other
Elton
one.
John
No,
feeling.
what's the Beatle? What's the Beatle? The
Is that a
Beatle.
thing?
John Lennon. John Lennon.
Oh, you said Elton John first, though.
Yeah, but I meant John
Hang
Lennon.
on, I'll put this to the panel. Do we buzz him or no? What do you reckon? Buzz him, okay.
Yeah.
John
I
Lennon.
think it's
I always
definitely
mix those guys up.
Blood Rock's Bastard, right? No?
Oh, is that Jimi Hendrix? Maybe.
Jimi Hendrix. What do you think, panel?
I'm just
Come on,
guessing now.
Kathy, where's
Okay.
your guess?
What did you
is it
say, Ringo?
Buffy St. Marie?
Come on, Kathy,
Blood
throw
Rock
in a guess.
Sausage.
Blood Rock Sausage.
Is it 80s?
80.
It's not
this
Buffy
particular
St. Marie,
was-
right?
Sorry?
It's not Buffy St. Marie?
John Cougar Mellencamp.
John Cougar Mellencamp. There you
John
go.
Cougar Mellencamp.
Whoa, wait a second. Is it John Cougar?
Is it John Cougar?
John Mellencamp.
John
Wow.
Mellencamp? Is it
It's this particular album came out in 1970.
1970? Oh shit, we got to go older.
Is
Go
So
way
is this band
Solo.
old?
Solo guy.
Is a solo guy 1970? Is he famous pre this?
He had a little spell in the very late 60s, and then 70s he blew up in.
Oh, we got Chris Christopherson.
Chris Christopherson.
Good guess, though. That looks like one of his.
Okay, so have they always been a solo act?
Yep.
Dylan?
Is it American?
Nope.
I still think Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, no.
So is it rock and roll? Is it folk? Is it country?
It's
Is
folky. It's more folky than rock and
More
roll.
Folky. Folk you.
Mhm.
70s.
John Fogerty.
No, it's not American, remember.
Not American.
Not American.
UK folky.
Mm-hmm. Very
So
big
they
in the
were in the
70s.
They were it's very big in the 70s.
Yeah.
Is Bowie?
What?
Bowie's not really folky though,
I don't think Bowie ever had hair like that, did he?
right? You never know with Bowie.
Well, yeah, but I don't think he did, though. I don't think he did.
Rock metal.
Like folky.
Folky, yeah.
Singer-songwriter.
Wear like acoustic guitar.
Yep.
From
Piano.
UK.
Hmm.
Bob
And
Geldof.
was he ever in a band?
No.
No.
Bob
So he's been
Geldof.
Bob
since,
Geldof.
since
No.
the 60s.
Good guess, though.
Huh?
That was a good guess, though. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I can see why you think it would be Bob Geldof. Joe Cocker.
60s, UK, folky,
Mm-hmm.
but very famous in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Is it my God?
I don't know anybody that was
Cat
called.
Stevens. That's a good call. But Cat Stevens is American, isn't he?
No, Cat Stevens is from London.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Who gets that? Still can't see his
Oh.
face.
Kathy got it.
Yeah.
Kathy
Nice
gets
job,
it.
Kathy.
Good job, Kathy.
God, she's
The
good.
cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
She's our
Little
superstar.
Bob
shaping.
Blue and the man on
I
the
mean,
moon.
Kathy's good at a lot of stuff, but she's really good at this.
Yeah.
Really.
To get her a cup, a trophy.
I think Kathy should come on the show sometime soon.
Yes.
We've
yeah,
said that a
why
few
don't you
times
come
now.
on the show sometime.
What do you think
Yeah.
of that, Kathy?
She's chicken.
Hey, you want to know something? Just because I'm here, and I have to ask you a sound question, Ringo and
Yes,
Heiko.
sir.
The
Huh?
digital snare, did I have to turn that up? Was that loud enough? Because I noticed when Kathy
Well-
posted a video, I could barely hear it, but I also
Yeah.
just listened on my phone, right?
Yeah, you could dial up probably however you're mixing that, maybe a little bit more mid. And what I would do, your singer is like all mid.
Yeah.
So you need some bottom end in there and some top end and pull back the mids a bit.
Awesome.
That's
There
all
you
I
go.
would say.
Yeah. Little mids.
But
little
next time,
Paulette.
Derek, I'll if it, I just don't like going up and saying, hey,
Yeah,
So-
do this or change that or
No,
Yeah,
but
there's
that's
a lot
what
of people who do that,
we
and
like.
they fucking-
That's I asked you to do that when we were you were outside though.
oh,
I was like, hey Ringo, if you're there and you hear something, let me know.
was I smoking a joint?
Maybe I don't know. Kathy just said that you weren't there.
that's right. I remember that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's what I was doing.
Yeah. And then I went to
Um,
get a drink, and then I had to go play.
Yep.
Fair enough.
And then we like fucking were messaging George, like, George, where are you? Like, come on, George.
Oh, well, I like this side of it.
Oh, he
See,
doesn't even know what
I was a bit headachy. Actually, it's not too bad. Actually, I thought it was going to get worse.
I think that's fake because you just then didn't even know what side it was.
I know because I'm looking
Yeah, I
at
know.
the yeah. Right,
So
right here.
it's right here in the cheek here. Actually, it's quite painful at the time.
looks
It
like a
would be.
roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
What are you wearing that awful shirt for, George?
Well, a couple of
Yeah.
well, actually, what happened was I broke open like a box of like t-shirts and stuff like because the weather was nice today. I thought, let's see what we've got here that we put away.
It is a nice shirt, but terrible.
And,
team, right?
and I came across this and I thought, oh, I'll wear that. I got it. I can't remember when I got it. Was it early 90s? I think it was like the early 90s. And I used to wear it on for doing like the odd gig, but then I used to wear it doing the cruise boats on Toronto Harbour if we had a Hawaiian night or something like that, right? And the only problem was I'm not a hockey fan. Right? I just thought instead of getting a regular Hawaiian shirt, I'll get that or this.
Yeah.
And people would come up to me, guys, and start asking me about trades that had been done or who you expected, and I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. So I just stopped wearing the shirt. And I thought, because I can't have a hockey conversation, but people would actually start talking to me like I was a big fan, and so I put it away. And then and then when I came across it today, I thought, you know what, the Leafs need all the moral support they can get for Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll wear it on the show tonight. So there you go. That's why.
Why
is that?
And even my
If you want to
glass.
support the Leafs now, you can't bring out hockey stuff. You have to bring out your golf clubs because that's where they're going.
Oh, stop it!
Well, haven't you noticed Mother Nature's been a little messed up because the Leafs are still playing, right?
Yeah,
Right.
they got to get on the golf course, and everything will be fine.
It's for my colleagues and friends that are actually following it and suffering and struggling through the last 3 games.
Yeah, so the Leafs actually have to win 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
So
lose one now, they're toast, right?
Yeah, the 3-zip down. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a good situation.
Bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all close games from score lines that I could see anyway.
Yeah, but that was such a pathetic game. All they did was laugh through the whole freaking game because it's like they had rubber sticks. They couldn't hit the puck. They couldn't pass the puck.
Yeah,
They'd
but
reach for the puck and it would go by.
no,
They
but let's
took
be
out their
real. Like,
own goalie. Like, what the fuck was that?
no, but Florida has a great goalie, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. And our defense sucks.
Well,
And
our
Florida's
goalie's pretty
team is
good too, but
faster.
when our players take out our own goalie, they did it twice.
yeah.
One guy skated him, the other guy hit him in the face with his hockey stick. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you people?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
Anyway.
go get the golf clubs out. You're done.
Back to the Game 7 fail again.
Hey Murph, are you gonna bring your friend out this time?
Yes.
Who's
his
that?
blonde friend.
The blonde chick?
I don't know. His friend.
Blonde lady.
He just said he has a
Like
friend. We did one of those. Friends.
Where do we know Mandy from?
Mandy was on the show last week.
Yes.
Oh, yes, she was.
Yes, she was. I know
Hey,
Mandy
Mandy.
from playing COD Mobile.
Yes. Mandy.
Which I just hooked up to Starlink today.
Yeah, so how did that go?
It's okay. I don't have it's not hardwired, so this computer's not hooked up to it yet.
Once you get it all sorted out, so what I did, okay, I got myself a very high speed router, like a wireless router, like a gamer router.
Uh-huh.
And I hooked it right up to the Starlink so that, and I'm telling you, like bandwidth and devices, I can't even count how many devices I've gone on it, and the speeds are incredible.
Well, we usually get, what is it? Megapixel, is that what it is? MP, what is it? The amount of power or whatever how much you get. Like we get 10 like whatever megabytes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's how much we've like 10. I think 12 is the highest we've ever got here. We plug this thing in. We look at it half an hour later. It's up to 164.
Yeah.
Just go on and you got right there and it just goes.
Oh, you can totally game on it and everything. Like,
Mm.
Oh,
yeah. I've been waiting for over 2 years to get Starlink here. Finally, they sent me an email and they said, it's in your area. You have 10 days to verify or accept or whatever. There was no way to do it.
Okay, but
I even had three other
right now.
I had three other people get on my email and try and do it, and nobody could do it. So I waited over 2 fucking years, and finally I get it, and they sent me back my deposit because I couldn't make the connection.
No.
And and there's no phone numbers. There's no way to contact anybody, and that's what I was told by one guy. He says if anything ever happens with Starlink, you're fucked because there is no tech support. There is nothing. There's no one to talk to, no phone numbers, nothing. You're on your own.
Well,
so
I paid $200 for
that
ours.
That was a perfect example because I've been waiting for over 2 years to get this. Ringo knows. And finally, I get the email, and I couldn't confirm that it would not let me.
Wow.
There was no. Yeah, so I'm back. Oh well, deposit's back. If you want, sign up again. Fuck
what
you.
about the?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Did you try turning it on and off?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, fucking turn it on and off. If it doesn't
You talk
work,
about the Leafs?
Again.
I was just running a speed test in the background, and mine, like the needle goes to 100 and just buries it. So
yeah.
It's not always that fast, but it's pretty fast. I got no complaints. Like I'm always conference
check
calls.
this out. Oh, nice, huh?
Who's crunching away today? Ringo's crunching.
He's eating pig's ears.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear it crunching?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your pig groins.
Mm.
Not as loud as Heiko's nuts.
The nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Bye guys. Oh! Yeah.
There we go.
Yep. I actually for dinner.
Good to go. Look at that. Look at that. You know what's in there? Those green things? Those are wasabi
Thanks,
pea.
Keisha, you like my shirt?
Oh, you're eating nuts.
Oh. Who's that?
Huh? Who's
Who's that? Yeah.
It's the fucking zigzag man.
Oh,
Slow burning.
Mine is this is my witch
zigzag.
I thought it was Osama bin Laden.
Oh
My witch hoodie.
With the
Anybody got
pentacle.
one of these out there?
no, I don't.
The pentacle. Oh,
No.
the two moons.
Maybe I should do a reading. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, read me. Let's see what you got to say. I'm always game.
Yeah, my head's not into it right now, so
Oh.
maybe next week we'll see.
Maybe I should read somebody. I'm feeling really psychic today. So
Are you?
okay,
Okay.
Okay.
What am I thinking right now?
you're thinking, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Close,
See?
but no.
Pretty close, eh?
Yeah.
You just
I can't say
So-
what he was thinking.
I was actually okay. So because this kind of stuff actually does kind of like the mind reading and shit like that. This kind of stuff does fascinate me, right? And a lot of people apparently think too hard about it. Like whenever you see these guys who are like psychics and shit and work in the quantum mechanics type shit, they say like it's just you just have to go to that other level. Like you don't have to try that hard.
Right.
And once you're in there, you're in there.
Well, it's funny you bring this subject up. I was watching a video on, I think it was on Prime, a documentary on remote viewing, right? So
Yeah.
remote viewing was something that the military adopted,
Yep.
wow, quite some time ago, back in the 70s, I guess. And they had actually proven that you don't have to be someone special to remote view. Anybody can be trained to do it. And they found that the people with the least, like, let's say, for instance, they don't consider themselves psychic or having ESP in any way, shape, or form, ended up actually being trained and became the best viewers out there. So there was a guy, I think was it Ray Price? He was one of the best remote viewers, and the guy was pretty amazing. He could actually give coordinates of lost aircraft, things like that. So I started to look into it a little bit, and because when I was working with Deanna, that was one of the things she wanted to explore, was doing some remote viewing to some degree. But yeah,
remote viewing
So-
is kind of neat, right? Like, because I didn't realize the difference in between remote viewing, astral projecting, and
two different things, very different.
yeah, and what's the third one? An OBE, right? Out of body experience.
Out of
So
body experience, and
the three of them are completely different things, but it's the same thing.
yeah. So a friend of mine, he's tried to do the astral projection, and it seems to be always the same. You get to a phase where you can be sitting in a chair, lying down, and these waves of, it's almost like a shower of white light around you, and then all of a sudden you kind of leave your body. I've never tried it. And a lot
I
of
have
people,
when I was a kid, and I didn't even know I was doing it.
yeah,
There was a girl in my class who told me all you have to do is, she goes, when you go to bed, focus on one thing, right? And she goes, you'll
focus on one
dream
thing,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And she goes, just focus on, and I did it literally for months. Every night when I went to bed, I just went apple, apple. It was the weirdest thing. And
Yeah.
I literally went into somebody else's house, and I could tell you everything about that house, and I had never been in it physically.
Yeah. Yeah.
was
Well, we did
weird.
a thing where we went back to, there was an impression I got from this woman I walked by near a hospital, and the difference was when I was working with Deanna and it was just only, few sessions that we had. I took a little break, just till I got a few things sorted in my life. But what was interesting was I said, I often get impressions or images, especially when it comes to run into a place that's been, haunted, or I don't even like to use the word haunted, but there's some impressions there, spirits, whatever. But
Yep.
in this case, I walked by a living person, and it wasn't
Ringo,
the.
sorry,
Yeah.
what did you call them besides spirits? I like. Did you say impressions or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I like hearing different names. I've never heard that, so that's cool.
Well, see, there are impressions, and then there are dynamic spirits, right? So,
Yep.
an impression could be something that is been there for, well, there's really no time sort of timeline for it, but it could be something that's latent and left over in an impression. It could be of
like a repeat, like, hey, that's Sally, and she always comes at 7:00.
right. It's like a loop, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And but the difference was when I passed by this person, I got the impression of this woman much older than she was cooking. But the difference was I could smell what she was cooking.
Right. Yeah.
And so Deanna said, well, that's because now you've opened up some other senses from the work we were doing, right? So and this was kind of trippy. We actually, in one of our sessions, she said, okay, I want let's go back to that moment and let's have a look around, literally. So I got, the same sort of impression, but it was dynamic, and there were other things in the room, right? And yeah, so now it was like being in 360 VR or something, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Good night, Murph.
Yeah. Murph's got an early morning.
Lucky you.
So, and there were other people there, and it was, it was quite interesting. But that, to me, I don't know what to call it. She said it was like a regression back into that moment in time, right? So is that remote viewing or not, right? Like, so.
Well, is it?
Remote viewing is being in a tangible, like a place, right?
Being able to, being able to go somewhere else outside of your body, right? And like, hey, I see Lemmy and I see the Ramones, and I'm not on fucking StreamYard, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm in your room. But then
I'd love to be able to try it and have somebody verify, right? Like,
right.
But the difference with astral projection now, it's the same thing, but you like go out and you can like see yourself, and you can go to other places, but you're not limited to Earth either. Is that correct?
I don't know that much about it to really say whether it's,
because like you can go to Zeta, Delta, 49er.
People who are UFO enthusiasts, and they talk about that all the time, and I wouldn't rule out the fact that ability is some kind of interdimensional kind of you're crossing a dimension, because when you think about it, it says a lot about as human beings,
right?
Being able to, we're all part of one universal connection, right? So somehow, and there's a lot of, I go on a long time on this topic, but I was listening to something on YouTube. There's a guy on there called, his name is Michael Seeley, and he has all of this, like if you have trouble sleeping for whatever reason, he's got all of these talk down videos where, you know, he's got this really soft voice, and so the idea is anything that swirls in your mind while you're trying to sleep, it gets you focused on his voice. And he said, hey, your body's relaxing. It's very hypnotic.
Right.
And then, you know, he can pepper some other things in, like, you know, some positive vibes and things like that. But what one of his video or sessions I thought was incredibly interesting was about anxiety regarding relationships. It could be relationships you have with friends. It could be like relationships with your spouse, lovers, whatever. But he talked about a cord, and to make to cut the tie with the relationship was to cut the cord. And that I thought was really interesting because, you know, in Wicca and things like that, there are other means to cut connections, which could be to burn something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
In fact, if you want to send a message to us, to the spirit world, write it down and then burn it, right?
Yep.
And it's like
even if somebody gives you the evil eye, you're supposed to turn and look and pinch, and that's supposed to get rid of, like, just little things,
get
right?
rid of it.
Yeah.
Supposed to what?
You're supposed to pinch.
Pinch what?
Pinch
spirit.
the eye.
It's the eye. Yeah.
You're closing the eye is what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're pinching it closed. It's symbolic. Like in somebody, I think Kathy's friend was just talking about doing readings, or she made her own cards, right? And that's nice and everything, but like, say that the pinch and all of that stuff. And I bought a really nice ball, part crystal, part glass, but very, very clear. And I want to see, actually, you
everybody
can use
okay?
Remote viewing as well, right? What's that?
Is everybody okay? I just heard a boom, 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 sound like somebody falling downstairs.
Not me. Not this time.
Ooh, maybe we're channeling.
Maybe.
But
fuck, maybe it's my house.
yeah. So those are they're tools, really.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's what you do that makes it happen, right?
But just think about that. If I could astral project or get out of my body at night, and you could get out of your body at night, and then I could go, hey, let's go to the Grand Canyon. Okay.
Yeah.
We're both at the Grand Canyon. Hey, cool. You know what I mean? Like, you can do that kind of crap. Now, have we been, or have we just lost how to do stuff like that? Like, I've noticed, and this I've been getting a little more connected with nature lately, and I find it's such a big difference. I go out and I do video, and sometimes I'll take pictures and shit like that. But I went out in the rain for an hour and a half, and I just loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was peaceful. It was me. It was birds and rain.
Where was that place you were at just the other day? I guess you're in a kayak or in the water?
That was yesterday. Yeah, that was. It's just a river down here.
Wow, it
5
looked
minutes from
amazing.
my house, man. Yeah.
Jeez.
There's lots of that stuff around here.
Well, talking about that, Derek, I mean, there's a couple of things here. I'm just fascinated by all that stuff. Is back in the 80s, I used to run a lot, jog a lot.
Yeah.
And I did 5 marathons from like 83, 84 to 86, 7. And I was still in England. I did some stuff when I came over here. I did about 30 half marathons in that time, and like numerous 10Ks and 10 milers and all that. And I was talking with it a few years ago with one of my neighbors here, who she hadn't done a marathon. She was getting ready for her first marathon, but she's like, training really hard and that. And I said, I used to, I'd done a few marathons, back in the day. And we started talking, and I said, like, the funny thing is, you know, when you're just out there, because you ran through all weathers. I mean, it wasn't in the winter. Yeah, I actually ran in the winter, but not a marathon. But I mean, like, you would run through all weathers, heat, cold, rain,
Yep.
everything. And I remember cutting a long story short, I said, there's a point where you're just out there, and some of the runs weren't necessarily through a city. You kind of started off in a town. I used to drive all over the place.
Yeah.
And you'd be out into the country, into a mountain. You'd be going up a mountain, not a big one, but a mountain. And we don't get big mountains in England. And you get to that point where you can't see anybody in front of you. You know what I mean? Because you can't see anybody behind you.
Yeah.
And it's just you. And you're like, 15 miles out, you in nothing but your shorts and your running shoes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird to explain, but it becomes like a spiritual experience. It's just you running with what you've got and nothing else. You're not riding a bike, driving a car.
Yep.
And suddenly you find you hit a spot in there, and it gets very spiritual. Yep. So yeah, I can understand when you say when you go out with nature and the birds are singing. There's one particular time, and these things always started on Sunday mornings at like 10 o'clock in the morning, right? Which was killer because I used to work Saturday nights, all the time. And it was a week before Christmas. It was December 85, 86, somewhere around there. It was only like a 10K, but it was out in a place called Bolton. It was damn cold. It wasn't it was British cold. It wasn't like minus 15 or anything like that. It was one of those bits where you end up and you've gone up this hill and there's just these cows, some like Frisian black and white cows in the field. Right? Yeah. There's nobody behind me, nobody in front of me, and I'm just like plodding along, And I'm sure the cow started talking to me. I could sense what it was saying because it's like, wow. There's two of them and there's one there looking at me with his big eyes and that. And he goes, "What are you doing? I have to be out here. You're a human. You don't." I just remember that thinking, did I just hear that? You know what I mean? So yeah, you do go into a realm. It's quite fun to do.
Well, it is true because like the other day, I don't even know what I was doing, and I heard someone like, "Yo, Derek," and it wasn't "Yo, Derek." It was "Hey, Derek. Hey, Derek." And I was like, "Okay," I literally just heard my name twice. And I stopped. I what was I doing? I think I was trying to start a snowmobile or something, right? Just to put it away for winter. And it wasn't starting. And then I heard my name twice, and I was like,
"Derek."
Left. Yeah.
Is there a barn out there?
Yeah.
Like an old barn, right?
Yeah, just a little barn.
Little one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm on the original farmhouse in the area.
Yeah, like an old homestead thing.
Yeah, this house was built in 1904.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
what?
Is there a hole opening up beside my house? Yes. Do I think it's an old well? Yes.
Yeah. So you have a presence there.
Oh, 110%. We talk. And there's an angry presence here too.
Oh.
Yeah. Like there's somebody who's very upset here.
Yeah.
I can feel him. I'm saying him, but it's a menacing presence. It's something that it's big. So that's why I say him.
So that one's tied to the other one.
I'm thinking this is like going like almost back to I want to say not medicine man, but the one that I feel is he's I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Huh. There's something definitely here in this area.
Did you ever think of getting somebody over to find out who or what?
Nope.
Really?
No. As long as we get along okay, it's okay. I just know sometimes I do certain things and I can become aware of stuff. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's usually self-medicating ways. But when you do that, it's crazy. And when you could really tune into things.
So Derek.
Yeah.
Why am I seeing like a color blue?
No idea.
Is there anything around that barn
Well,
that's kind of
my
like
jam room.
your
I
jam
got a
room is
cab.
blue?
My cabin is blue. Yeah.
Your cabin is blue.
Yeah.
On the inside or outside?
The outside.
The outside, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Is it blue like our logos here?
Negative.
Okay. So it's
It
like a
is.
light blue then, right?
It is blue, like I want to say
Leafs
almost
jersey
pastel.
blue?
Gray blue.
Gray blue.
Like your T-shirt underneath your hoodie.
Like everybody painted shit in the fucking late 80s
Yeah,
and
yeah.
early 90s.
Yeah, so it's old blue.
Like your T-shirt, Derek.
No, that's gray.
Okay.
I'm trying to look lighter than the Facebook logo, lighter than anything here. It's a gray blue. It's very soft blue. Blue white.
So your barn and your cabin, what kind of proximity are they? They're not very far apart?
No, they're very close. About a breeze way.
Yeah. Hmm.
Woo-hoo.
So how do you feel like in that barn though? Do you ever get like a
The barn feels fine. Where I
Yeah.
get it is out back,
yeah,
and it's
behind the barn?
there's definitely something in the house,
Yeah.
right? Like the garage area and stuff. There's something definitely here, but out back, there's something that's like, it's weird.
And the well, where is it in proximity
It's-
to the barn in the house?
See where I am right now?
Yeah.
Fucking 20 feet from me,
Okay.
right on the other
Yeah,
side of that
see,
wall.
So my a friend of mine had a well built actually right under his house. It was closed
Really?
off and they built over it.
Uh-huh.
And there was a ghost that would come, a spirit that would come up. The house was split into 3 apartments, and our best friend Dave was living in the apartment just above where the well was. So when you go into this, it was almost like a walk-in or walk-out basement, but it was all dirt and rock and the well. So it wasn't a finished basement at all.
Okay.
That's how farm basements are, right? They're dirt
Right,
basements.
exactly. So he would get visited by this spirit, a girl, and she would come up to like very period kind of clothing, right? Like, so she would have been like probably somewhere in the like 40s. That, and it was a very old house, and it was used as a convalescent nursing home at one point. So a lot of history there. But the girl, I said, hey, it emanates from the basement, and do you have a well down there or nearby? And sure enough, there was one right in the basement, and a big one. So sources like that, wells and bodies of water, tend to be like have a lot of energy, right?
It's gonna water's a great transmitter
and it
of energy.
amplifies. So if there's a negative presence there, there could be a bunch of things that like it may feel like it hasn't moved on. It may feel trapped. It may feel just resentful. Might have a history with the property. I think it does. I think it actually, there's something that more positive presence that you like, the Hey Derek thing.
Yeah.
That seems to be attached somehow to the barn. But the other one, you're right. That's everywhere it wants to be. That's negative. I'm really getting chills right now talking about that presence. So we'll leave that alone for a minute. Yeah. So that happens pretty often though, right?
Yes and no.
When does it, what, like, if you had to, is it like a once a month thing, or is it when something?
No, it's always here. It's if I want to communicate, it's what I have to do. if I want to feel it, like, and know it's here, and it's literally I can walk around and feel it anywhere on my property.
Yeah.
I can go off my property and not feel it, like literally across the road, which is 40 feet behind me the other way.
So it really hasn't done anything though. Like it's more of it's like a darker presence, but it hasn't like has it manifested any like things to happen or
No.
no. See, and it's pretty harmless.
It's more like a psychosis thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
Wow.
It's the shadow people. It's the it is the little you know what I mean? Like the little you know it's something, but it's you can't make it out.
Okay. So okay, now I'm getting really wicked vibes here. So have you noticed shadow people?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay. So that kind of makes sense. So they so sometimes shadow people take the form of guardians, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah, they do.
Yeah. So they're there to protect either you.
They
or
black me
other
out.
spirits.
They literally black me out. If something's gonna happen to me, and I don't know if you guys know, I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life because I knew I was being protected.
Yeah.
The last time that I fell, and I fell from like it was almost 15 feet straight down onto concrete on my head. I literally felt something cradle me. Right? Remember how we were talking about that when you fell, Hike?
Yeah.
Right? I literally felt something cradle me. And you wonder what happened just before that? Didn't see shit. Nothing. Black right out. Still conscious.
Wow.
Just didn't see shit. It's weird as hell. And I've had multiple incidents. Like I should be dead, but there is something that has stopped it multiple times.
See that, and that's weird that you say that because you're right, and that was the perfect word. You used it, and two other people used it, and they said I was cradled when I fell.
Yep.
Because I fell backwards through a hole, and I hit the concrete with my shoulder. So when you're going down head first, well, there's your head and your neck.
Yep.
And there was absolutely nothing on my head or neck, but my shoulder was shattered. How do you fall like that?
It's like you go like this, like when you drop a leaf and it does that. That's how it feels. Like feels how as I said, it's happened a couple times. 2 years in a row on my birthday, I lost control of a car in the exact same spot. Exact same day, a year apart. I lost control of my car in the exact same spot. Both times, somehow my car stopped before I went off the edge. And it would have been, it was on it's Green Lane out by Warden. It does a big S bend and you come over a hill and I caught air twice. I think I would have learned first time drunk driving.
Wow.
And you have to do a bend. And the first time my car literally dug in and it stopped on the edge. The next time I spun out and somehow I stopped and I was going the other direction. And literally both times
that road's not very wide, buddy.
No, it's not. And I was
there's no shoulder, there's no nothing. It's freaking narrow pavement and then trees and ditches.
I was driving an Intrepid the first time. And I was driving a Dodge Shadow, a small car, the second time. Gravel road. That was
wow.
So Derek, the presence near the barn, the one that says "Hey Derek," or you hear once in a while, that one's not a negative one, right?
No, that's a warning. That's honestly, I think that's my friend.
Yeah, it is, but it also is something that likes to live vicariously through what you do. And it has a keen interest in when you're out like doing stuff with your kids, so all that stuff you do around the property and fun shit. It like there's limits, right? It can't leave. So when you leave the property, it's not like it's out at a gig with you or anything like that. But it does take interest in that. So to me, it's somebody that has forgot that they've or does it still isn't aware that they've passed on at all. But it does. It's a positive thing, and yeah, it's a bit of a protector. Your your dark hooded or shadow people are there to protect you from that negative presence. But what it does is it just keeps it in check, right?
Huh.
It limits its exposure to you, and it wouldn't be able to. That's why I asked you if it ever, if you had anything that would manifest or like, things flying open or whatever, because you've got enough guardians around you that wouldn't allow that to happen, right? To get to that point. So
No, I've had like crazy psychosis before, like drug-induced psychosis.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference in between these two things.
Yeah. So that positive figure, somehow, like, how is your pond or your lake, like, is there
my pond's man-made. It was made like fucking the 70s or something.
Right.
But you never know.
It's nearby your property though, right?
It's a couple acres away.
Yeah, okay. No, I feel this guy drowned actually, somehow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I only know of one death in here on record, but the records also died, or the records didn't die. The records got burnt in the early 80s.
So what do you know about the death?
What do I know about the death? It was the man who lived here. He died. They revived him, took him to the hospital. He was game over.
Game over, right?
Yeah.
Older guy or old
right?
man, yeah.
Yeah, he was 84, 85. Like, it was his time to go. He had no family. Well, he had asshole family.
Yeah.
He had what?
Asshole family.
Yeah.
Even when we were here, his daughter was selling his house for him, and she was like, the guy's visibly die, right?
Do you think that he might be the one that is the negative? No.
No, this is older. This is something this is its property. This isn't my property. Where Jorgen, the man, like that old man who sat right beside where I'm sitting now,
yeah,
he wanted us to have this.
Yeah.
He actually, like, he said that, right? He's like, I like this family. They should have this place, right?
Right.
But there is definitely something there.
Yeah.
And he's a German guy too, right? He's got his own coffin built. I still have his coffin.
Do you?
Yeah, man. So you never know. You never know, man. That guy could have been fucking. He used to apparently drink beer and cut his lawn naked.
I do that.
You fucking Germans.
I guess it's a thing.
Well, so where I am, this road, when they severed the lots, was a lot of German immigrants, I guess.
Okay.
Came here.
Yeah.
So every other house was owned by a German, and the one who lived on the other side and the one here, Jorgen, they didn't get along.
Okay.
Because he's like, you're from this part of Germany and you're an asshole, right?
Yeah.
But the man next door, old Joe, he would do anything for you, like right up until like about 2 weeks before he died, he was helping like our neighbors. You know what I mean?
Wow.
He was one of the Hitler Youth,
Mm,
right?
okay. Yeah.
And yeah, so he's like, he goes, that's why we fight. He goes, he was part where he was part of the resistance, Black Forest or something,
Yes.
right? He goes, that's the area that where the guy who lived here was from. He goes, like, they literally lived in a fucking forest. And he goes,
Mhm.
I was part of the Hitler Youth. We were fed, we were taught how to kill, we were taught, we were trained.
Yeah.
And he goes, we don't get along, and that's it. I was like, okay. And that was the last time he ever mentioned anything about the war.
Wow.
Yeah. But he was just like straight to the fact, like, this is it. This is why. Now you know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
done,
Yeah.
right? We're done. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
Okay, wait. So, okay. So, yeah, that's interesting. You got a
You
lot
got
going
disconnected.
You have
You know
a
what
lot.
we should do? We should all get together
Hold
one
a fucking
night.
seance.
And Derek's going to have a campfire. And we're going to go over there and spend
Get
an
naked.
evening.
Fuck, sure. Let's do it. Bring your trailers, bring your tents, bring your fucking whatever you want. Hello there. How are you?
Hello there.
I like your face.
Yeah, okay.
I like masks.
I think we
So
lost.
was I smiling a lot more this time?
Yes, you were.
I am honestly trying to smile. That mask just reminded me. I literally am sitting there, and I even said that to my bass player. I'm like, I'm just smiling for no reason, just smiling. And he's like, yes. And then people think I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because you were smiling so much. I thought, holy shit, Derek's having a blast tonight. He's really enjoying himself.
No, I was consciously trying not to fucking concentrate. I couldn't hear shit. It was just, yeah. Anyways, joys of playing in small places. But yes, it's great.
Cool. Yeah, I think that would be a bit of a trip. We could, I don't know.
Get George to pick you all up on the way.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
bring
we need George to come out. That's for sure.
Do you want me to bring
Hey,
the
if
Ouija
I'm going
board
up
with
there
me?
all night, I'm gonna
Yeah,
bring my.
Ouija board.
I'm
I
bringing
can bring the Ouija board and I don't know.
You know,
So
we need George
Susan,
to bring his lights. Hey, George, you got to bring your lights.
Right.
so
What lights?
Susan,
I don't see any lights.
I met Susan's friend. She
Huh?
said Susan told her to go and watch us play on Saturday. So I took a picture of this lady and I, and passed it on to Susan. So thank you, Susan, for telling your friend to go see us.
Nice.
Think she had fun.
Hey, Susan. So, is she going next weekend? Or
Who,
this
Susan?
weekend?
Susan lives in Cannington. She won't go.
No.
It's too far.
Why? I live in
Too far
Beaverton.
away.
That's further.
Yeah. Well, maybe she's in Beaverton now. I don't know.
We can pick Susan up on the way.
There you go, Susan. You got a ride.
Stranger danger.
It's okay. It's okay. She knows me. So, Irene, yes. Don't walk away, Irene. No, that's Eileen.
Come on, Eileen.
Yeah,
It depends
right.
where you're
Come
from.
on, Eileen.
And walk away, Renee. There you go. So take your pick.
Oh, she's in Beaverton.
Yeah. I'll see what's
Beaverton,
happening Saturday. It's great listening to those tunes, though.
Wow.
Kind
I
of.
just met someone else that's from Beaverton.
Yes.
All right, Susan. I'm in Beaverton.
When are you going? Oh, look at that. You guys have got
Oh.
plans.
No, there we
It's
go.
Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, Saturday.
What time you guys going on?
There, I think we start at 9:30. We play later, eh? So we'll break up the sets and spread it out a little more
Right.
because they want us to play until like 1:30 or
How's
something.
the food there? Food good?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're Sri Lankan.
The food we had there on
Most
Saturday
Sri
was,
Lankan places there's good food.
yeah, the food we had Saturday was not so good.
What'd you have? Like,
We just got nachos and some garlic bread, but it was
yeah,
it was shit.
Yeah,
Just greasy, oily, crappy.
Yeah.
yeah. They don't usually. I don't know who was cooking, but it's usually pretty good. I said the same thing. It was like we ate like half, and it was there barely any nachos. It was just all cheese and
It was just goo.
yeah, it
Greasy
was.
goo. Yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to bash the place,
No, I'm definitely not going to do that either.
No, because they hosted a good band, so
Yeah.
I will go there again to see the band. I will just not order food there. I'll get it
Yes.
beforehand.
Yes.
Yeah, it's usually
Oh,
it's
great
usually pretty
drinks.
good, though.
Great
Got it,
waitresses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon's the owner. What was the name of that? Hills Pub?
Yeah.
Right across the road from the Waltzing Weasel.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually go there about twice a week.
Hills
So,
Pub?
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Karaoke on Tuesdays and Thursdays
Oh, nice.
with Mike Lex, and Mike's the, bar none, the best karaoke guy there is out there.
Who was
Very
that guy
Really?
who left? All dressed in leather and had like a dog on the back of his jacket.
He's kind of a karaoke.
I wasn't sure if that was him. He's a regular.
Actually, he sings. He's a pretty good singer. He does old stuff though, like Run Around Sue and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
he's like very old rock and roll, boogie
Right.
woogie kind of stuff.
See, we've
Okay.
talked. We talked. I don't know if you've ever like when you're playing in a band and people just like want to, hey, can I sit in with you? It's like, dude, do you realize like we spent like the last year fucking sitting with each other working on this shit?
Yeah.
You want to just jam?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's
like Buddy had his birthday there, right?
but it's unpredictable too, right? So people will want to. There was one time in Florida, I walked into a bar, heard the song they were playing, I walked right up on stage and grabbed the mic and ended up singing like about 10 songs that night.
Yeah.
Wow,
they
really?
were all about it. It was a biker bar that actually had a gun check when you came in, right?
Nice.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. But I rarely have ever done that. Like, and I've been asked to come up a lot of times too, and I don't always do it. Sometimes I will, but you know.
Well,
I'm
sometimes
But
willing
you're
to-
right. You guys
I'm
are
willing to-
working with like sequencing and stuff like that, and
Sure.
it's hard. It's hard to just say, yeah, just come up and jam, right?
Yeah.
But then it's unpredictable. You get people up there who can't sing. Like I texted you, get that guy off stage, right? Like,
yeah.
Or off the mic.
I read that on the way home, and I started as soon as I grabbed it and I saw it, I started fucking laughing my ass off.
Well, because
I was sitting there trying to get the bass player's attention. I'm like, tell him to fuck off, right?
Yeah.
And then Buddy's looking at me like, can I get on? Can I get on? I'm like, no, man. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't karaoke for everybody?
What's that?
Karaoke is, yes.
Isn't karaoke for everybody?
100% karaoke is.
If you can sing or not sing?
Yep.
Yeah. But don't go up and sing when somebody else is supposed to.
Don't try and grab my bass player's mic when you're, that's what
wow.
you weren't there for it. There was a guy.
Well, and that's
happened to us twice now, right?
Really?
We've played 4 shows and it's happened twice.
So I was singing a song at karaoke not too long ago, and the thing with karaoke now is when you get your name on the list, it gets so packed, you're lucky to sing one song, right? But then you
Okay.
get people that think they have a right to come up and sing every song or just interrupt, like somebody who's singing, just come up and not grab their.
Come up
It's my
and sing with
song.
them.
Yeah,
You
so
come
this
sing
guy
with them or
comes up.
something. That's
Well,
bullshit.
this guy comes up and I don't know. I was singing a Creed song or something, and it's like, okay, it's not a fucking duet, right? So he comes up beside me and goes to shove his face in, and I shoved him. I just shoved him. The guy almost fell down. Big guy too, young guy, and I think, oh fuck,
Starting to fight
here
it.
comes the
Fucking
bar.
karaoke.
Yeah, bar fight karaoke. But yeah, I give him a little shove, and I don't think he appreciated it. But it's like, listen, I'm the voice of an angel, not you. Go sit your little ass down. But no, I think that's, unless somebody says, hey, you want to sing this with me, great. But it's rare like that ever works out. Like it's just people yelling over each other. And
Yeah.
sounds
I've
like
had that lots when people like, you're playing something and go, can I sing over this? And no.
no.
But no.
Yeah.
No, but
Because you know what?
just 1 minute, not the whole song. No, why not? Because if I let you do it, every man and his dog's going to want to do something tonight. They go, oh, okay. We just get a lot of that.
Yeah.
I understand the enthusiasm, and I hate to pour water on it, but not a chance. Sorry.
So
even on a quiet night,
I'm
no.
going to ask all you guys.
No, I didn't. Hang on. Kathy's saying I didn't shove the guy. Obviously, from her vantage point, she did. I put my hand over my mic, and that's all I needed to do. No, it wasn't clearly like that. Yeah, I did do that, and I gave him a little shove. Like it wasn't that bad, but yeah.
I had a cable. I still got it actually, and the on-off switch there's like a plastic toggle on the XLR that you put into the mic, right? And I would use that going. You know what I mean? So you could.
Yep.
So like anyone that used to come up, right, and go, you switched it off, haven't you? I go, no, look, it's on. I told you it's not working. I don't know, it's not working. And they go, look, power, microphone, the channel, mic one, not working. I go, oh, okay. And then there you go.
Yeah.
They'd never thought to look at the XLR connection, right, that goes into the mic.
Right.
So, yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
So what's the coolest or best thing you've ever seen at a karaoke place?
I can tell you right now, there was once this guy who was dressed all in leather. He had the tassels, total. Oh yeah, like you know what I mean? Like tassels, boots. I'm pretty sure he had chaps on with black jeans underneath.
Yep.
And the best thing I saw was this guy get off the fucking mic.
Yeah.
He was the guy who just, I'm a Southern rock star. I'm gonna sing "Sweet Home Alabamers."
Wow, really?
Oh yeah, crazy. Worse. Turn me. I never wanted to even go to karaoke again.
Wow. How about you, Ringo?
I don't know. I've been going to karaoke and doing the band thing for a lot of years, right? So karaoke maybe 30 years. And
so what's one thing that really stands out that you would say was pretty cool?
Cool? When you find someone hidden?
What's that?
When someone all of a sudden just belts shit out and you're like, holy fuck.
Oh yeah, that's happened many times. I've seen, people kind of, they surprise you.
Yeah.
I guess I was in a bar in Newfoundland, and I actually got a little certificate, karaoke king of whatever that bar was. So yeah, so that was funny. But what was really funny was, and this happened to me twice. So there was a whole crowd of really well-dressed women. So I thought, and there was this drunk guy and he was being very obnoxious with women on the dance floor and stuff. And so I was up there doing the karaoke thing, and so these ladies were kind of calling him over, right? So,
Right.
So I pointed over in their direction, and the guy goes wandering over. So they were all in drag, right? So a little, maybe an hour into it after that, this guy is like all over this
Woman.
woman, yeah,
Yep.
and they're quite into it. And I'm thinking, all I kept thinking about was, man, you're in for a surprise, buddy.
Yeah.
And I can tell by the big Adam's apple, right? I mean, that's a dead giveaway right there. But so anyway, afterwards, it was a cool bar. It was very packed, and I walked over and I said hello because I was just trying to understand what was going to happen with this guy, and they were quite nice, and but they love their karaoke, and there you go. I'm stereotyping by saying they. But
Okay, well, let me
love
tell you a story about they. So
They.
I went out one night and we were drinking and we were at a club.
Yeah.
And I had this pickup line at the time that involves me grabbing the person's hand, right?
Okay. Like
so,
I did Terry Code one night, yeah.
Yeah, like you did Terry Code.
Yeah.
So I grabbed this person's hand, and I held it for a second, and it just didn't feel right. Right? I was like, this feels like I'm holding my own hand.
Right.
And I looked over and I made eye contact, and I was like, okay, thank you.
Well played,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. You got me.
Let go of my hand.
Yeah.
So I was in Ohio one time, and
So when we woke up the next morning,
there's a bar downtown called Roxy's. So Roxy's had the only karaoke in the city. So went down there, was out on business, went there with a bunch of friends and from work, and HR was there. And so we all go into this bar, and it's still fairly early, and we're having drinks. And I noticed something funny on the bar, and it was like this big candy dish with all these like different colored whatever. So I go over, it's actually a fishbowl filled with condom packages. So I'm like, oh, okay, this must be some kind of a singles thing or something. But the karaoke room was had a big stage on it, like a runway, right? So you do like fashion shows and everything. So me and my buddy Tony decide to go, take a leak. And in the U.S., they don't necessarily have urinals everywhere. Sometimes they'll have these big troughs. And so we're kind of doing our business and, trying to look up and everything. And then this woman that was out in the bar comes and stands beside Tony and flips up her dress and, she's taking a leak, or he's taking a leak. So it turned out that it was I guess an all gender, all orientation type bar.
Nice.
Believe it or not. And but we had the best time there. I mean, it filled up, and we sang karaoke and drank.
Best nights at gay bars and stuff, man.
What's that?
At gay bars and stuff like that, I've had some of the best nights ever.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's so hilarious.
Yeah, literally there were two people in our group that when they figured it out, completely homophobic, right? They wouldn't come in, but they were too chicken shit to. There was no Uber back then, right? Yeah. So they didn't want to leave, so they actually sat out on the patio, out in front on the sidewalk. They wouldn't come into the bar, and I'm like, what? Like, do you have some kind of religious morals that are being challenged here? I thought it was just Yeah, pretty
Your
disgusting.
God molests children or hides child
Yeah,
molestation.
yeah. So,
But yeah.
So, George, did you ever have a good karaoke story?
Well, no, not really, because I'm not a fan of karaoke. But what I used to do, I used to have a friend that did it, Kerry, and so if somebody wanted karaoke, I would bring him along to do it all, and I used to.
Carry the karaoke.
He could do the karaoke. I did a little bit. But the thing that used to drive me nuts about karaoke is like the same people, like you say. We were once on a cruise actually, and it was like you put your name down, and then everyone's been through the list, and then it's
Right.
the same people again, and every time they come on, they're getting more drunk and sounding more horrible, and they're just torturing.
Right.
By the end, like towards like the end, not the end of the night, but the last part of the night, it's just excruciating. You know what I mean? To listen to these people, and especially if we're on a boat, because you can't get away from it. You can't
Right.
in the building go outside. And you're hearing it, and it's yeah. But no, I've not had a good experience with karaoke that I can think of straight off. I always
Well,
like
that's funny because
shudder.
I got on a boat with a couple of buddies in Port Perry. It was a nice big 25-footer, and we just did the canals, right?
Yeah.
And we went all the way up to Aurelia, and we figured, okay, we're going to stay in Aurelia for the night because it was getting late. And I don't know if you know the town at all, but they have like a harbor.
Yeah. I remember it vaguely.
And then where the harbor is, they have a whole bunch of restaurants and bars, right?
Yeah.
So we docked up there and stuff and said, well, we got to go get something to eat. And we're just kind of walking around. Never been there before. And there's this one place that had the tunes just cranking and the lights were all on. And it was like, okay, that's where we're going to go right there, right? So we went in there and got something to eat. And then they had karaoke. And I've never been to a karaoke bar before. All these people coming up and singing. I thought, okay. And like you said, some are good. Some are like, oh my God, shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, these two guys went up. One guy was a really tall native Canadian Indian guy with long hair. And then his buddy, and his buddy was a little shorter, fatter, almost bald with a beard. And these two guys went up there together and they did Sonny and Cher, I Got You, Babe.
That's awesome.
And they killed it. It was so good, man. They knocked it dead, man. It was awesome. And after that, I go, so this is karaoke. I really enjoyed it. I'll never forget that. Those two guys, man, they just killed that song. It was great.
Honestly, the best thing I think I've seen at karaoke is Kathy sing. She's really good.
Yeah? Wow.
Oh, you got to hear me.
See,
I couldn't hold a note in a bucket.
Kathy's a champ. She's the first on the show. She guesses George's backside. She's got all these talents. We got to have her on the show.
Yeah. Should do.
Yeah,
that's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's the best looking out of all of us. Like, holy shit.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
I find that karaoke, like you have to have a lot of like it's a good character builder, it's a good icebreaker, it's just a lot of fun. And I admire people who get up that clearly have a really untrained voice, but they get up there and they're smiling and having fun with it, and in their mind they're doing
I mean, there's some really good people that do it, but then there's some people just driving nuts, right? Who think they're good.
I mean, but I've also seen that with bands too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've seen people in bands who like, oh my God, like
Well, you're right. Like, I mean, your band, obviously, you guys put a lot of work into it and well rehearsed and everything. So my band right now is talking about getting a second guitar player because I haven't been really consistent with it. Sometimes my hand is swollen because of the shoulder. So I'd prefer to get a keyboard player, and we're kind of lightly looking for one, but they're pretty hard to find.
Few and far between.
Yeah, they are. So no, you guys have the best of both worlds because you noodle with it, and your guys are pretty good. Like, however, you
Yeah, like I said, I love your guy there. He's the main vocalist. He plays guitar. He even had a little keyboard thing going off on the side. Like,
Well, if you look at his feet, he's also playing keys on his feet too.
Yeah, like the three of you got the three of you together. You're just a 3-piece band, but you have such a nice full sound. I really enjoyed listening to you guys.
Oh, yeah,
It was great.
Great.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It does.
The drummer's not too bad either.
He's all right. He's funny. He's funny looking.
Yeah, he smiles a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Derek, you and the
doing
singer,
a Ringo Starr.
You and the singer could
Beatles.
pass as brothers, I think.
Oh yeah.
He'd be the older brother, but yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
What's Kathy say here? Thanks, guys, but no.
Yeah.
She says she doesn't want on the show.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You're not getting paid for it.
No, don't blame me, Kathy. Don't get roped into it like I did.
Yeah.
Already a prima donna. She hasn't been on yet.
I don't even remember how that happened.
Anyways, it's 10 after, guys. I'm getting tired.
10 after what?
10 after, time to go fucking home.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's shut her down.
Okay.
I gotta go to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You old farts all have to go to bed, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not me.
Hey, I'm gonna be a grandfather now, so like,
Oh.
Yeah, except George. George stays up all night.
Yeah.
Night hawk.
Yeah.
Night, Susan.
Good night, Susan.
I had 2 late nights this weekend.
Wow.
Wow.
4 a.m. Friday or Saturday morning, I got home from Friday
Yeah.
night. Oh,
Well,
right.
why? Why was it so late?
we didn't start playing till 1.
Oh, That'll do it.
All right. This is a shout out to all my homies. I say George sitting up there, and Ringo playing with his hair. We got Heiko all in the room, and me, of course. Let's go zoom.
Another Heiko show is come and gone.
Oh, and we can't
Watched it
bring it
tonight
home.
because there was nothing else on.
wow.
Monday nights from 9:30 p.m. until we're done at 11 a.m. No p.m. too.
Oh, it's 11:11.
Oh, 11:11, big wish.
Yeah.
See, like all of our fans that we're watching, they're all now just throwing up in the bucket.
They all
Exactly.
left.
That's it,
I
pretty
think,
much.
I think it's only me left online now.
Yeah.
That's it, eh?
All
Well,
right.
you know what, Derek? Looking forward to watching you play again. That was really good. And Ringo, it was awesome having you there with us. Maybe next time George will show up.
I will. I'm sorry. I just
won't
wasn't at my
himself
best. I
before
wasn't
the show.
exactly 100%.
So maybe Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this Saturday, but yeah.
Why? What's going to happen? You got a place to
can't
be
remember
now.
what
You
I'm
got to
doing
go
this
watch
weekend.
Derek play.
I know.
Great.
I'll get there eventually.
Well, I don't know. He might not have an eye by the time he gets there to see me.
Oh no, I'll be good.
I know,
I'm
eh?
very careful right now when I'm making the bed. Dangerous work, you know.
I got my knickers out and I whacked me eye.
Yeah.
Fuck, I think I
But
started.
keep an eye out for the Atomic Ballroom. We did an Atomic Ballroom last week. Went out live and direct.
Nice.
So I'm coming back. Yeah, I don't think I might do one tomorrow or Wednesday, but next couple of.
Well,
but we're still
tell
blowing the
everybody where they
cobwebs
can.
off.
Tell everybody where they can find you tomorrow.
Twitch. Switch to Twitch. It's
Switch to Twitch, don't be a bitch.
www.twitch.tv/DJ George Andrew !SR = A. I'll put it on my Facebook page anyway.
Yeah, like holy crap, that's complicated.
It is, but I'll put a link to it, you know, and all that. But
All right.
the last one I just did it to see if you could do it, you know. And it wasn't good. It was a bit of a stripped down show. Didn't have all my little bits and things, and you know. But yeah, because got a new controller, mixer, new computer, everything.
Good stuff, buddy. Glad you're back on.
Played a few tunes, drop in and tune out.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Derek, tell everybody again where they can see you play next,
You could see me play in my bed tonight alone.
By
Can we
yourself.
come and look in the window?
2
By
minutes,
yourself.
maybe.
Or with yourself.
Saturday night, Mother's Day. You got nothing.
It is time.
Hit Ringo at Colonel Mustard's in Port Perry.
All right.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, good luck,
That's
guys.
rad.
That's rad.
Thanks for being here. We had a good show. And I also
Thank
want to
you,
thank
Ike.
our fans for showing up, which would be Kathy, Akuma, Makaki, Mandy, Keisha,
Makaki.
Altair, and Susan. I know, eh? It's like,
Is that
holy
person's
shit.
name Makaki Dirty?
Oh my
Stop
God.
it right now. That's enough.
Okay. I'm about
Thanks,
to hit
guys.
you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody, for being on the show and watching us clowns. And thank you guys for being here.
Mhm.
You just make it happen. We'll see you guys all next week right here on Monday night at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show.
Later, Kuma.
And see you at the bar Saturday night. Colonel Mustard to Port Perry. Come see
Colonel
Derek play. Oh, Derek,
Colonel
this guy.
Mustard.
Come see Derek play.
Get the wings.
Get the wings.
Okay.
The wings are huge.
The wings are good there?
Great. They're
They're good.
huge. They're like chicken wings.
All right, wings and beer.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show family.
Hi there, my name's Mr. Wiggleton, and I'm actually the producer and janitor here at the Heikadelic Show. But anyhow, I think it's good, but it really it's pretty late show, so I don't even watch it myself, so I have no idea what it's about. But that Heiko guy, he's pretty smart. He is pretty smart. He doesn't pay me well, but he's pretty smart.